Hey guys, welcome to Cards in the Hand, episode 20 for February 22nd, 2014.
What's going on, everybody? So, you may notice that
Someone's
Joel
missing.
Troll is not here. Okay. Yeah, like, we were about to do it yesterday, and he just like, man, I feel really sick. So, we didn't do it yesterday, and,
You're still not feeling the greatest today, so
Chris is
delay
going
it
to take
more.
his
Yeah, it's a delay more. I am not Joel. I have two
Yeah.
confessions to make for you guys while I'm Joel.
Dude,
I do
oh
like
my
men.
god. We should have made a joke about, like, Joel turning Asian and smaller and skinnier. Or something like that. We should have done that. No, it's not. Forget it. God, we ruined it.
Alright. I believe you saw him. It's all your fault. You messed up that moment. It could have been perfect.
Dang it!
Oh well.
Oh my god. But yeah, we got news.
Yeah.
I do have a couple reports. No, I don't have any reports actually.
No, skip straight to the news. The news is so.
The news is actually going to go into our main topic tonight. So,
Straight into it we go.
actually, some of the news, is actually going to go into
Yeah.
some clock to draw stuff. So, but anyways, stay tuned for that. And we got a couple exciting things happening this weekend for Magic the Gathering. Some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Some other stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, actually, yeah. Born of the Gods Pro Tour this weekend, you guys.
Yep.
All happening up in here. They were streaming. They were streaming today for a modern.
Were they?
Yeah, Born of the Gods preview, and I actually have a deck breakdown of the metagame. But yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? So yeah, he's Chris, and I'm Sam, and this is Cards in Hand tonight for this week. Because you know what, the show has to go on. Who needs Joel? Like, honestly,
Like that guy. Like,
nobody cares. Like,
let's be honest here.
no, I mean he's alright. Anyways,
No one really gets a chomp.
yeah, he's actually hosting it right now because like my upload speeds are poopy.
Yeah, I'm still here,
He
assholes.
is here. There.
He just can't talk for an hour, or else his voice is gonna get all gross. But let's get right into it, shall we? The Pro Tour, Born of the Gods, is happening, and they did some streaming today. Actually, I think they were streaming all day today. But they already put up an article for the breakdown of the modern metagame because it was modern today. But yeah, so actually, there's a new deck out there with not Wild Nacatl. I don't know how you pronounce that. Nacatl and Nacat. It's like Nacatl. With that being unbanned as a common card, it saw a lot of play today. Actually, it took about 64%,
Jeez.
or 64 players.
Oh, okay.
Out
That's
of
still
the,
a lot of players.
Yeah, out of the 396 players that were playing today, were playing it.
So like 1/5, 20%.
Yeah. And then a lot of Twin. And actually, despite Deathrite Shaman being banned, there was still a lot of Jund today. And it did prove that it still has a lot of support without Deathrite Shaman, which is pretty cool, I think. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, people still are on it, still faithful.
Yeah, and because I think a lot of people, because a lot of good card players will find a way, especially if the rest of the deck was good,
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about, you know what I mean? Because if it were me, I wouldn't want to feel like my money was wasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you had that card, like
Yeah.
you might as well play it.
Yeah. So, what else is there? Oh, there was another deck out there called Counter Cat. Yeah.
Great.
There was 3 variants of that deck being played. I feel like we should get more into this as it goes throughout the weekend.
Yeah,
next
just
week.
so you can analyze them more.
But I was glad that when I read that people were still playing Jund. even though Deathrite Shaman was banned. But Master of Waves was seeing a lot of play today. That was pretty cool. You know, pro red elemental creatures you control get +1/+1. So
No, Shy, not quite the same thing. You see, unlike some Flash players, they play that card and they lose. 2 plays without that card and still wins. So
yeah.
there's a bit of a difference there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little different to me.
Don't argue with us, chat.
Yeah, get out
We
of
have
here.
chat boxes in the bottom there. That's okay.
That's right.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna try and watch some this weekend, so I can get more. I was not able to watch it today because I was at work all day.
Yeah, right.
I don't think it started until after I had already left. So
So like an afternoon or something.
yeah, but I thought that was pretty sick. But yeah, so they're calling the deck Zoo. Is what they're calling it.
Just a bunch of animals or something.
Yeah, and 64 players were playing that. A lot of twin.
Yeah.
Merfolk was a big thing. But yeah, still Zoo and Jund were still being played.
Standing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, white, blue, red flash was actually a big one too, which is pretty cool, I think. What other news we got? Okay, so for those of you who were excited about
Yeah.
the Team League,
Yeah, Vanguard, Starfighter Vanguard Team League. If you, for some reason, wanted to play Buddy Fight, the regionals Buddy Fight, and then the Vice Schwartz Neo Showdown. They just announced, I think it was Wednesday, right? I think it was Wednesday.
yeah, it was like around then.
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. It was around then. But they announced that there's only going to be 4 regionals. There's going to be one in Georgia, there's going to be one in New York, one in California, and then one in like Texas, right? Or no, Ohio, sorry.
Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah.
Columbus,
There was
Ohio.
a
The
regional
closest one to any
qualifiers.
Minnesota players is Columbus, Ohio, and it's about a 12-hour drive. So,
Yeah, me and
Or
Chris were looking at it last night. We're like, let's Google
like,
Map it really
is
quick.
there any possible way for any of
We
us
were
to go?
excited.
And the answer is no. It's not realistic. It's not worth it.
So I mean, if you want to fly there for $400 some,
$400. I mean, if you got $400
person.
to spend,
you could do that.
that's your option. That's your only option, really. I mean,
Hashtag Bushiroad sucks.
hashtag Bushy Road sucks. Definitely.
I want to talk more about that. I think I really want to talk more about that on Clock to Draw, especially because
Yeah, especially since it's more related to Bushy Road and like Vice Schwartz, because that's the one that we
Yeah.
like to play.
Because I mean,
But,
the three of us,
yeah.
me, you, and Joel, were building for it. And
Yeah, we were
testing
actually
for it.
we were pretty hyped up for it. I mean,
Right.
it was like
So
a
that's
Bushy Road sponsored tournament. I mean, it was support format, but like nope.
That's a big report in itself, I think. And I think
It's so disappointing, honestly.
We will talk about that on Clock to Draw for sure. The next
No,
bit
it's
of news-
actually hashtag Bushy Road sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, for all those, I know a lot of people were pretty excited about Team League, Vanguard Team League, Automated
There
Team,
were
Automated
and especially at the shop we play at, there's still a lot of Vanguard players too.
Yeah,
who
they're
are-
still really dedicated Vanguard players, and they were super excited for it. But you know
I
what?
just think that's such a weird decision.
All Bushy targets just got the shaft, unless you live in one of those 4 states.
Right. Well, here's the worst part about it too is that some of them are in conventions, so you have to pay to
Oh
get
yeah,
in
the
the
one in
convention.
California, San Jose, I think it was. It's actually in the anime convention, so you have to pay.
Anime Expo,
Yeah, you have
which
to
is
pay
one of the-
$60 to like $100 just to get in.
one of the most expensive conventions, one of the biggest conventions too. So it's like,
Yeah, and then like the worst part is you won't even have any time to go and do the convention because you're going to be playing card games and like some stuffy room.
yeah, yeah, dumb, but let's get
Heart
more
of
into
the Card
that.
regional tourney. I hope that's still a thing, and I hope it's at level up. If it is, and here we go. I'll say this publicly right now. If there is a regional for Vice Schwartz for the Japanese format or Japanese and English format, I will foil out my Angel Beast deck and play that. I will completely
Yes.
foil it out.
Do it,
I will make that promise right now.
do it. That'll be sick. But yeah, let's get more into that in Clock Draw, shall we? Because I got a lot of
definitely.
reports for that. We were testing, we were building. I had bought a lot of cards from Chris for it, and I mean, I'm still gonna.
Yeah, so you're still gonna put the decks and stuff, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it's
still gonna
still
buy
super
them.
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm obviously not gonna give back the cards and be like, yeah, we're not gonna do it, so I can't play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. I just don't want to do it.
I'm done. Done.
I want to play the tournament.
I just wanted to play tournaments, God. I can't because most of you says I can't.
Could you imagine if Ace Schwartz was a card game player? Like he played Yu-Gi-Oh or something?
Dude, if he played Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like,
I'm gonna play the Six Samurai the gates of the way of the six.
I play Blacklisted Soldier, Army of the End. Beginning or whatever the hell he is. I don't
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, there's the next bit of news, which is also
Yeah.
going to go into our main topic.
But I'll say the bit about Yu-Gi-Oh first. For those of you who don't know,
There was two.
Konami
rules
just made
changes.
a rule change for.
There was
the-
two of them.
Oh yeah, well the biggest one. By far.
Actually, you know what? We should say the smaller one first, so it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. And say the small one.
So then, when you say the bigger one, it'll be like, wow, no.
Like, oh man.
The first one was like both players can now like in Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
When you play a stadium card and
Yeah.
then your opponent plays a different one, you have to discard yours, right?
Yeah.
That was how it worked in Yu-Gi-Oh for field cards.
Yeah,
Now
for
you
field
can
spells.
now each player can have one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You each like. So I mean, if what was it? Dragon Ravine wasn't banned, right? Like you'd have Dragon Ravine and like something else out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like you could potentially have two different fields affecting your monsters, and it's like
Yeah.
double buff, if anything. You know, like what if you're playing like some kind of weird mirror match or something? And
Yeah. Like it'd be so stupid. But
Wait, okay, now wait a second. Does that mean if we were playing a mirror match and we had the same field and we both played them? Does it have to be different? I don't know. If they were not different though, would they stack? Like that'd be crazy.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
it would
so.
only apply to your field, but I'm not sure. This is Konami.
I think that yeah.
They did make what like shooting Quasar Dragon.
Right. We
Stuff
do
like
have
that.
to. They do have to be different, I think.
Yeah, I
then
believe they're only the one you control affects you.
Yeah.
So.
They did introduce the pendulum monsters too. Actually, they introduced it in a Japanese magazine. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
some
the
others
new,
just
the
made
new
up of it.
type of pendulum thing.
The
and stuff
pendulum
like that.
monsters where they had to.
I
add
really hope they're
two-
all based on clocks. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of them are, because from the pictures I saw,
Oh, really?
they have like arms like this, like. It is now 12 o'clock, and I'm going to fight you. It's like, and then there's like, they added two whole different sections in the card playing mat for.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's completely. They completely redid that.
Yeah, they have one effect when they're over there, and then when they get special.
It's a little ridiculous. Yeah.
It's
Kind of
really-
like the second rule that they changed. The biggest change that they made.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be our main topic. Go ahead, Chris.
So in Yu-Gi-Oh now, for the OCG, if you go first, if you are the player who goes first, you cannot draw a card. You can't draw a card if you go first.
You just can't. You can't draw.
You just can't draw.
So wait. Okay, wait though. In the beginning,
Yeah.
it used to be. It used to be.
Yes, thank you, Joel. Anyways.
It used to be where the you could attack and draw first, right? If you went first.
In Yu-Gi-Oh? No. You can never attack first in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, okay, okay.
You
But
can
now
do
it's-
whatever you wanted. Like the advantage of going first is that you drew first, like you drew, obviously, and then second of all, well now that was an advantage because now you can't. But and then you can do whatever you wanted. You don't have to worry about your opponent doing whatever they did.
Right. Oh my
Like fight
god,
ruling.
that's so dumb.
Yeah,
Like,
it's huge. That's like going first was such a big advantage. You got to draw your card. You got to play your stuff, and you didn't have to worry about torrential tribute, bottomless,
Right.
stuff like that. Now you don't get to draw a card, and you like that ruins so much stuff. So many combos you can set up. So many
Yeah.
OTKs they require to set up.
Yeah.
It makes slow decks even slower. It makes fast decks slightly slower. Like it's so ridiculous.
Play one try pass turn.
Like, you didn't draw. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Sweet. I'm glad I got to go second. Like, as a Pokemon player, when they did that stuff to us, when they made rule changes like that,
Changing rules, yeah.
I mean, I don't remember why they did it. I think it was because Pokemon's a rotating card game and Yu-Gi-Oh is not, so this obviously might be a little different.
Yeah.
But here's one thing that pisses me off. I'm pretty sure Pokemon, when I remembered it when it happened, did it because of certain cards that were in the meta, which is only like 3 different decks, by the way. A metagame for Pokemon is only
Really?
like 2 to 4 decks at a time.
That's kind of lame. Well, that's right, because it's rotation, right? And you can't play the old cards.
But even in Standard, there's always like 8 or 9 decks you could play, you know? Maybe 5, 7 at the least, you know?
Yeah.
But like...
Still more than like 2 or 3.
Right. Pokemon was always like 2 or 3, and then there was those couple of roguish ones that were kind of fun, and they even still held their own for a little bit, but even so, it might not have even mattered, you know? So it's like... But I know, like, when they did that, it kind of changed a lot of stuff, especially since there was a lot of cards out there that were... like, in the beginning, you couldn't play trainers. In your first turn, you couldn't play trainers. Then they changed it where you could, and they recently just changed it again. We did talk about it on the show, I don't remember when. But at that time, there was a deck, I have it built, it's called Gyarados.
Yeah.
And you don't run any energy in the deck because there's a free attack on there that does 30 for every Magikarp in your discard pile. You basically get all your Gyarados and all your Magikarp in your discard pile by like turn 2 or 3, and then you swing for 90 for free. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
It's pretty cool, but it's like when they change it so you could play trainers first.
Yeah.
And then I could have played. There's a stadium card called Broken Time Space, where you can evolve everything right away as fast as you can. Like,
Jeez.
There was no restriction, so you could play that first turn, get Gyarados right away, and then if
could you type first turn or
you can. Yes, you can. So it's like, it's just like, oh man. I think now you can't. I don't remember. But like,
they probably changed it again. That's why like, I don't even know what they would change it to.
Right, and it's like if you're changing stuff because of a couple cards you made, you're changing
the rule sets.
You're changing the rules of your own game because of a couple cards you made.
There's a couple cards that you made.
To keep it fair.
That's so stupid.
To keep it fair, quote unquote, that's so dumb. Especially for Yu-Gi-Oh! When it's not a rotating card game. It's like, just ban it then. Just ban it.
Just ban the card that had problems. Or stop making cards to make problems. Like,
you've been banning it for however long.
Yeah, what's it? Your ban list is like, you can wipe your butt with that thing. Like,
for a year.
Like, 2 years actually now.
It's so long. Like, the ban list for that game is so long. It's so dumb. I just like
people actually know when the ban list updates. Like,
right. I want to get into that though. I want to talk about that kind of thing.
Changing rules of a game.
To keep it fair. Like that's like for a rotating card game, it still seems dumb, but it seems a little more understandable than to do it to.
Well, yeah, because you can change it off of rotation, like.
Yeah. Right. And did you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh, or you just collected them, right?
No, I just collected the cards. I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think I touched on it a little bit a while back when I was playing Pokemon, and I just got over it because I was just like, whatever. But like, look, I'm looking at a ban list right now on the Yu-Gi-Oh website.
For Yu-Gi-Oh?
So literally, I scrolling down for at least a couple seconds here. Like, it's
still scrolling.
Limited, semi-limited. Semi-limited.
Yeah, like semi-limited. Like, was probably gonna be like,
forbidden. Like, what the hell? There's a huge list here. I just don't even
know where to start. But like, a ban list is okay as long as you don't change the rules. If you change the rules and then make it ban list, what was the point of ban list? Like, what was the point?
I'm glad we're on the same page here, like,
right?
Which kind of sucks because
in America, right? In
right?
laws, right? We're making guns that are already illegal more illegal. Because that completely stops people from getting them. They were illegal in the first place. So I mean, what was the point of making them more illegal? It just seems completely pointless.
I just feel like a rule change at all, whether it's for some cards in the meta or not in the meta, is dumb. I don't know. Like, I feel like
Let's like a Vice Schwartz saying that you can only have 7 climaxes now, or something like that. It's like some random stupid thing.
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah, like.
or like the player who goes second after like the 4th match can collect themselves twice into one turn. Like, okay,
Yeah,
why?
yeah, right. That's how pointless it is. Like,
Or if you're about to lose in any card game, you flip a coin, right? If it's heads, you live. Like that's basically what they're adding.
bring a bring a gun to this match. If you lose, you shoot
You
yourself.
shoot your opponent. If they live, you lose.
Yeah. If they live, you lose.
So you know, that'd be from Arnold Schwarzenegger instead of playing card games.
Fear the Shy Guy says, start with Yatagarasi. That thing was stupid. 200 attack, 200 defense. This card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. Then it is normal summoned. Flip summoned or flip face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, your opponent skips his or her next draw phase. What?
That's like going first twice.
Like, well... So if you were going second with that card...
Yeah, your opponent just wouldn't draw anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they'd be crying.
They wouldn't draw for 2 turns. Because they wouldn't be able to go, like, they wouldn't be able to,
They would go connect the draw phase, like.
Right. What the hell? Oh, okay, so it's forbidden in advanced.
No, it's
Limited in
completely,
traditional. Okay, that's fine. Why would, okay, see, there's another thing. Why would they make that?
They thought it was a good idea at the time.
It almost just seems like when Bushiroad and Konami make decisions nowadays.
They're like
It's
in
like
a
they're
board
just-
meeting, right? And then like there's like the board of directors, and you just have some guy in a hood. They probably just pulled like some crackhead off the street, right? And they're probably like, "Hey guys, yeah, we need to make some new cards for this set." So I've been thinking for a while, and it'd be funny. You know, I've been thinking this for a while. You know, I think it'd be really funny if we made a card, right? It attacks your opponent, you win. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so let's make it happen.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just like going, hey, if we do this, it'll be funny. Like, that's exactly
We did
what
it as a
is.
joke.
So dumb. Like, and it sucks because, and here's the reason why I guess I'm not as mad. Because, I haven't wasted any money on Yu-Gi-Oh! That sounded really bad. I haven't wasted.
Well, I mean, I haven't wasted my time on it, so I really don't care. But
Like, I I haven't spent any money on Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's
Yeah.
probably why I don't.
it's not. It doesn't impact you as much.
But you know what? Think of it like this, though.
They do.
What if-
There's a ban list. They update a ban list 4 times a year. That's ridiculous. What does White Schwartz update the ban list? Like once every.
It's like once or twice a year now.
I think it's once
Like
a year.
I
Vanguard
think
makes a ban list like once every fucking 3 years. Like I mean,
the ban list for Vanguard isn't even that bad. I
ban
don't
list.
think.
Yeah, it's like 5 cards, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
they like
look it
actively
up.
remove stuff from it. So
I remember one time Joel said, "What is the point of having a ban list? Like, why would we even make the card at first?" And I think that's a good question. I think my answer to that is because at the time they probably didn't think about it. Because I seriously think
yeah,
that some
Some
people
of the cards were not as good as you think they were back then.
right until a smart ass card player finds a way to make it really awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
You know,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, there's the Japanese list is different than the American list, I guess. There's only 2 cards.
Yeah.
There's only 2 cards that are restricted. There's nothing banned or nothing limited in the English meta, and that's Barkle cannot be used as your first Vanguard, but
Yeah.
it can be used normally.
yeah.
And we all know Barkle, had the potential to make you ride grade 2,
Grade
turn 1.
2, get you stuff to Soul Saver, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Epitome of Knowledge Sylvest is can only be used. It was only be able to be used until February 28th,
Yep,
2013.
and that was just a promo. It was kind of just a joke.
It was like a grade 4, like.
or like down plus 10k. That's literally his only effect.
Yeah, there's
Japan is a different one, I think, right?
Japan's got a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can't use.
You can't use Conroe anymore. Barkle's still banned.
Yeah.
Let me think here.
Lizard Soldier Conroe is actually.
Yeah, Conroe is now. Yeah, you can't use them as his starting vanguard anymore. It's because this Dragon Novel.
And then Majesty Lord Blaster and then Goddess of the Fumin Tsukiyomi were limited to 2, but now they're not anymore.
Yep, they brought those back.
Yeah, they brought them back. I remember that because I got real pissed for a minute there because I was like, if this happens in America, I'm gonna be pissed.
Nah, not much happens in America for a ban list.
Then they had that like unrestricted tournament though too. Remember that unrestricted tournament? They're like, we're gonna have this tournament to see what happens, right?
Just to see if we can bring this stuff back.
Right. It was like this big thing, and that's probably the biggest display of luck that ever happened because they probably saw a bunch of MLBs.
We're talking about Vanguard here, so.
Oh yeah, my bad. We're talking about Vanguard. But like, even then, I have to give it to Bushiroad for just kind of restricting and banning, the.
Oh, lately they've been making some ridiculous cards for Vanguard, so I'm not too sure on that one, but.
Well, I mean, I got to give it to them for.
They at least balance it properly, or they try to, anyways.
Right, and for them, for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's ban, limited, restricted, 1, 2, yeah. Bushiroad is like you can use it, but not like that. You know what I mean?
Not in the way that made it good, really.
Right, or
it's still a thing. Like if it's your favorite card, then go ahead run it. Like who cares?
Right, or like or limited. You can only use 2 of each of these, but you can still use them. You know what I mean? Like I gotta give them that at least. But like when it comes to rule changing, like that's how
don't
you
do that.
Yeah,
just don't do that. That's like going back and changing the Bible. You don't do that.
Yeah. By the way, Jesus was Asian. He wasn't from Israel like everyone thought he was.
Moses smoked crack with meat.
For anyone who's religious, I'm sorry. I love Jesus.
People out there.
I love Jesus, and I think he'd be laughing right now if he was watching a show. So I don't give a.
He's actually behind you right now. You better watch out.
What? Sacrilege, sorry.
Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going straight to hell, but
like, because even Bushiroad, they found a way to restrict and limit things.
And even then, yeah, they removed them like afterwards. Like I think you can play 4 Majesty Lords now.
Oh yeah, you can.
Now,
yeah.
So.
And it's like, they found a way to limit and restrict things so they don't have to friggin' change a whole
Change
rule.
your rules. Man,
like,
if you win first, you can't direct attack twice in your first turn. When you ride a grade 3, make that a rule.
Right. I just think that's.
I think it's silly. I think it's stupid. Make your cards better, more balanced, so you don't have to change your rules.
And I think it's hard because like we're not in the position, we're not there designing the cards and stuff. So maybe we don't know. But it's like, here's the thing.
But don't they play test them at all, or like figure out anything? Like what?
That's a good point. It's like video games, right? Video games go through an alpha, then they go through a beta.
They're supposed to, yeah.
Then they have an open beta. Then they release it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know who they're hiring to play test this stuff because obviously they're not.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah, yeah. They're like obviously they're not seeing it, but when they release it to the very smart card players that are out there, they find a way to make it good.
Yeah,
and it's like,
really good.
How come you're not having these guys test it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And if they
Joel, that's actually a pretty good point now. A lot of video games are just releasing their games and then having a patch for it later. As their so-called testing, so that's why some games have really crappy beginnings. And then, like, a couple of days later, you're like, oh, patch is so much better now. Like, couldn't you have released that patch before the game?
Yeah.
Couldn't you? Or, like, when they make you pay for it, you're like, I'm not paying money for this. Like, you should just have this in the game in the first place.
Emersol says lots of early game Yu-Gi-Oh cards are generic, right? And don't
Yeah.
refer to specific subsets of cards. So combined with newer stuff that leads to broken combos, Weiss and Vanguard don't have that problem with Neo Standard and Clan separation. That's
Actually, Vice Force does have that problem. There is actually a separate ban list for Neo Standard and Standard.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
So that's actually not really quite as relevant to Vice Force. Vanguard, but definitely.
Yeah.
Vanguard now, every single card has the Lord skill. If the Lord skill says that if you have a card without or with a different clan, it can't attack at all.
Oh,
So
that's right.
It absolutely prevents you from running anything else
Yeah,
from a different clan.
that is butts, I think.
Yes, pay to win, Joel. Pay to win.
Pay to win. Yu-Gi-Oh is pay to win.
Yu-Gi-Oh is pay to win. I would agree too.
I guess, like, I don't know, I'm not affected by it so much because I don't play the game.
We don't play
But
it.
it's still, like, here's the thing. I wonder if, now here's my like, what, like, this is just my what if song. I doubt it's going to happen, but.
Yeah.
Because every company has their own way of doing stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it were me,
Yeah.
you know, like, as a business owner, you know, if I went into, let's say I owned a restaurant, right?
Okay.
And you owned a restaurant, and you were doing some genius marketing stuff to sell your food, and
Yeah.
you were using fresh ingredients. Like, what if I went over there and been like, oh, he's using fresh ingredients, I should do that too. And then I just go and do it because I think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? Like,
That's called good businessing. That's called good marketing. It's called good business.
yeah, right. So, I mean, what if, I'm just afraid that Bushy Road one day will be like,
Sunspot does not win. That's false. That's a false statement. Sunspot does not win.
it is pay to win.
You don't. No.
You pay money to win with my
Your
money.
butt hurts so much right now. You're not even sitting down. You're actually standing.
Like, okay, no, seriously.
Should
Like-
not have sat on that wiener, buddy. Tell
If
you.
I sat on the wiener. Like, if I, you
Yeah.
know, like, that's a good ploy, right? I mean, like, I was just in there again. I was getting a hot dog. I was like, this is a fresh hot dog, yo. It's a fresh wiener. I'm going to eat it. Anyways,
But it's in your butt, dude. Like,
I'm
you
afraid
can't
that-
use like,
I'm just afraid that Bushy Road might just one day be like, oh, well, Nintendo did it with Pokemon and Konami did it with Yu-Gi-Oh! So maybe it's okay for us to make a rule change for this or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, like, oh, you know, everybody else is doing it. You know, why not we?
And you know what? It's not okay.
Well,
That's
actually, they
not
kind of did
okay.
with a buddy fight, right? You can't draw if you go first in buddy fight, if I remember correctly.
But when the rules are established like that,
Yeah.
in the first place, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
But when you make a rule change to cater to certain cards in the meta because of a card you made, it's like,
Like, come on, guys, just ban that card. You like, look at your ban list. You don't have any problems adding things to the ban list. Just add
right. And I don't want to
cards
sound like
the
a
ban.
broken record here, but you know, like that. Like I'm just afraid that some of my favorite card games are going to start following suit because they're going to look at Konami and Nintendo and be like, oh, they did it with theirs, so it's okay. Like I said, with Pokemon, it's a little different because it's a rotating card game. I understand.
It's slightly, it's not a good thing by any means, but it's more understandable. Like, it makes more sense.
It's slightly more understandable. Maybe
It makes
a
more
little
sense
bit.
if you're rotating if you're rotating sets, you can rotate rules too. Like,
But even then, like that'd be like if you were playing a video game in the middle, it stopped you halfway through and said, "Oh, by the way, you can't do this anymore in the video game."
actually, a lot
And
of
it's
video
like,
games
is
do
that, and it's like it's not part of the story or anything. It's not part
Yeah.
of anything. It's they just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I know, yeah, I get definitely come from.
and I don't want to sound like I obviously want to draw up some discussion here. Like I feel like there's a couple of viewers on our YouTube.
You're talking about the HeroClix guy that writes like
Yeah,
college
HeroClix.
papers.
Yeah, that guy.
sources.
He is a big Pokemon player. I wanna. That's my bro of the week right there. This guy's always leaving huge comments on our YouTube page. Ooh, they changed the layout of YouTube again. What's going on?
Yeah, they do that like every day. You get used to it.
yeah, that's like every day.
But they can do it because they have tons of money because it's Google. So
Right. Bushy Road. Anyways, like, Brett Gavings. This guy is on YouTube and he's always commenting on watching our stuff. I love it. He's a big Pokemon player and a big HeroClix player, so shout out to you. That's my bro of the week. So hopefully when he watches this, he'll see that he got Bro of the Week. He's a really cool guy. He's always watching our stuff. He always drums up a lot of discussion, and I want to know how he feels about this. I don't think he's a Yu-Gi-Oh player from what I saw through his videos and stuff he's like. Yeah, he's a Pokemon player. So obviously, I think he was there. He still plays Pokemon, it looks like. So obviously, I'm pretty sure he was there for the last couple of rule changes. I want to know how he feels about it. I want to know how you guys feel about it, because you know what? I think a lot of us will be on the same page here. You shouldn't have to change your game.
Yeah, actually, we have a couple Yu-Gi-Oh players in the chat. How do you guys feel about not being able to draw first? Like, would that change, at all, like, how you build your deck? Like, would you put more cards in how you draw power? Like,
I guess it depends on the decks they're running, but I think that would just be bad for any deck if you just can't draw first.
Drawing is first, yeah, it's always a disadvantage. You don't get a card.
Drawing in any card game is like the best thing you can do.
You're right. Like, that's the most important action. That decides everything that you do from that point onwards.
Right.
It's whatever card you draw.
In a way, they're kind of taking a decision away from you, like.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think it's stupid.
I'm honestly just sick of white people. Like.
Yeah, I mean, they make me choose between cake and wieners. Like, how can I do that? I love them both so much. Like.
I feel bad that Joel's not here. I don't care.
You hate drawing cards? Yeah, I do too. I can't draw very well. You say.
Yeah.
Like I try to make it look like a psalm, and then it looks like a little fat potato with like a terrible shell. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Evil Yardum says I hate drawing cards. I hate drawing cards too. That's stupid. Like, why would you want hand advantage in any card game?
Why would you want to win a card game? Why would you do that? Actually, Leon One Love. Actually, in Japan, anyways, this is what, as far as I don't know about America, but in Japan, if you win the game of chance to see who decide who goes first, if you win that game, you have to go first.
Wait, what?
So like in Vice Schwartz, right? In Japan, like they play rock paper scissors, right? To decide who goes first. If you win rock paper scissors, you have to go first. You don't get a choice. You have to go first.
Oh.
So, and it's the same thing with all their card games. So, yeah, I missed the question. Question is, MS Troll, have you ever taken a dump, folded it into the shape of a pretzel, stuck in the oven at 350 degrees for 17 minutes, and fed it to a friend? Now I gotta wait for the delay to see what it is.
What?
What?
What did you just say? What happened?
I asked him how he felt about not being able to draw first.
I have a solution to all the Yu-Gi-Oh players. Okay. Here's what you do.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joel. Yeah, with any card game though, if you win the game of chance, you can't decide who goes first because that would defeat the purpose of having a game of chance. So.
Right. Here's.
Yes, I'm a man-eater. We know you have, because I was the one who ate that pretzel, okay?
Yeah.
And for your information, not enough salt.
Gross. Here's a solution for all the Yu-Gi-Oh players, okay? Hear me out. Yu-Gi-Oh players, hear me out.
Stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And play Yu-Gi-Oh! HeroClix. There you go.
There we go. Easy solution, right? They
play
look
Yu-Gi-Oh!
cool.
HeroClix. Look, they just released Blade Knight. Look at this. Series 1. Yu-Gi-Oh! HeroClix Series 1. So that means they're going to be making more, for sure, which is kind of cool. They already have the injection fairy out.
If you take a dump in the woods and no one sees it, does it still make a sound? No, it smells like shit, though. Moving on.
Get it.
Next question?
Look, injection fairy Lily. Give injection fairy power action and deal 1 penetrating damage to an adjacent opposing character. That character modifies its combat values by +1. That's dumb.
Is it not very
Here,
good?
let me hurt this character to give all its combat values +1 first. That's stupid.
Let me not draw first. Great idea.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's damaging yourself 1 in HeroClix is at any time is never a good choice ever. If you don't have to damage yourself in HeroClix, don't do it. Anyways, there's a solution.
Is it Don Stone? I don't know. Last time I left him, he was still doing fine. Then again, it was, kind of a blur. There was a lot of men, mostly naked.
What else do we got, dude? I mean, I feel like we kind of set our piece here. I don't know what else to say, really. Except that
Don't change the rules. It's bad for you.
See, like, I wonder what the solution is, really. You know,
Is there a solution to that? Like,
no, I feel like because I remember one time when that whole thing was gonna happen, like when they were talking about banning MLB and stuff. I
Yeah.
remember Calvin and Curtis. They took to the forums. Like, I don't know why they would take the game that seriously. I mean, when I look back on it, it seems kind of stupid, but
this is
it doesn't really,
yeah,
it didn't really do anything. You know what I mean? Like
No,
they emailed Bushiroad America, whatever,
they're not gonna do anything about that.
and they replied. They were like, "Yeah, we hear you. We hear what you're saying. It's up to the developers and how it goes through. You know, all
The developers, but whatever.
the decision makers. You know,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know
Well,
if there
it's
really
kind of
is
like you can kind of relate to like fighting games, right? When a character is really, really good, but you know, there's talk of them getting banned or something, right? Do people stop playing that character? No, they keep playing that character until the ban actually happens, right?
right.
But like, you can't really do that because this new ruling just came out of the blue. Like,
I don't know if they've really ever banned a character in fighting games, though. But I mean, they really can. Once they release the character, it's out
they
there
have,
in code.
but
They have, really?
yeah, like Brawl.
Oh, you mean like in tournaments, right? You just can't pick
in tournaments?
it,
Yeah.
right. Right, but like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can. You really can relate it to fighting games.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, why did you make this character a thing? Like,
Yeah, it's like it's like I feel like
what was going through their minds at that point?
I feel like it's just a lot of major video game companies, especially now we're getting into a whole different thing. This is a really chill episode of Cards in Hand. If you don't like it, then you can.
By the way, Joel, Meta Knight, apparently. I don't know. I don't play Brawl because I don't think Brawl's a very good fighting game. But
You're
Yeah,
you're such a hater. Like,
I am a hater. I drink that haterade, and it's purple. It's really cool.
I mean, this is a really chill episode. We're just kind of talking here. That's fine. But I mean, I feel like fighting games, you know, when you nerf a character, it's one thing, and then when you ban a character, it's like I feel like a lot of these card game companies are underestimating how smart a lot of their player base actually is, and then
They're
it's
also
like,
underestimating the impact of changing rules can affect like how you play the game and how people want to play the game.
well, it's like I just wonder if like. I don't know, because now, how many people do you think are going to quit playing Yu-Gi-Oh now?
Yes, Joel does look different tonight. You see, I took a lot of NyQuil, a lot of Dayquil, and some cough drops, some alcohol, and some other thing. Like,
And then he moved.
Scotch shipping tape. Like, I don't even know.
And then he moved.
Asian? I'm offended. I'm black. Get out of here.
I am offended. Like honestly though, I mean, that's just what scares me though. You know, like because if it were me and then I had 1,000 people as a player base, right? Just to remember, 1,000 people. I made a rule change and half of them left. That's a lot of fucking people.
That is, and all because you did something that you didn't need to.
Like, I wonder if, I mean, and I understand too that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so far into the point where they probably have a lot of money or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Konami is making a lot of money because of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever.
Oh, but they also changed something else too. Like, in YCS, I think, they're drafting for top 16. They do a draft for Yu-Gi-Oh! So you can't even play your own deck. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Someone correct me in chat. I don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, but if someone can provide more information, that'd be great. But I think they have to draft for YCS? If I remember correctly?
Are you talking about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, for Yu-Gi-Oh! For the top 16 and for YCS, they have to draft.
Are you serious?
I'm not 100% certain, but I think I've heard someone say that, so I'm not sure. But if I would confirm that, that'd be great.
Here, you can play your own deck until you top, then you gotta draft. What?
This deck was good until you won.
No, if you're in a draft tournament, then yeah. That sounds really wrong. If that's really what it is, then that should have been our main topic.
But I'm not
That's
sure.
so stupid.
I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Google that joint. I'm Googling it. For what now? Yu-Gi-Oh! For
YCS.
What's YCS?
I don't know.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! championship.
Someone says it's true right here. Someone's saying it's true. No one wants Joel's face. It sucks, monkey dick. What?
Are you serious? Leon
Oh, okay,
Lone Wolf.
that wasn't.
Leon Lone Wolf in chat said yes, that is true. He is a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I mean, I think.
I'll take his word for it. But if you can tell me anything right now, so.
That's so stupid. Konami, what are you doing, man? Oh my god.
Is it really a thing? Like, are you looking at it right now?
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Anybody else? Anybody else in chat? So I'm talking about frogs.
Yeah, OTK, Frog OTK, yeah, some douchebag found a way to loop that and make it a one OTK. Here's a Yu-Gi-Oh forum I'm on. Starting with the YCS in Atlanta, Georgia on January 31st to February 2nd, so this already happened. We are changing the way top 16 works for YCS.
Uh-oh. This sounds really bad.
Events held in the Americas. Instead of the normal advanced constructed format, we will now have the top 16 duelists draft their top 16 decks and compete in booster draft format using the brand new War of the Giants round 2.
Guys, this is not alcohol. This is water, okay?
Are you serious right now? Oh my god. Okay, now I can do this. I can do this with my headset now. Ready? This just in.
Tom, did you hear?
Konami is still making dumb decisions.
I think so. I think that's the
So stupid.
hashtag thanks Konami. Like,
the fire is off of Joel now. Hashtag thanks to Konami.
yeah, like Konami, Konami, the new Joel.
Dumb. Dumb.
No, Zion's cousin did not go up and steal some beer from the refrigerator. No.
Okay, look. I can see how fun that may be.
Fun
But
for
when you're
everyone
in-
to watch, not to play.
Right.
Like, oh, you're the top seeded player, your deck's amazing, you can OTK everybody. But then you lose to the 16 seeded player because you guys drafted better than you did.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh's to the point where all their cards and decks are so broken that they have to do this now, resort to this.
Yeah,
And that's why I feel like that's why they're doing it. And if that's really the case, that's dumb. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Konami.
Shouldn't play with card games without a waifu tier. It's a bad decision. Don't do
Waifu
it.
tier is always the best tier.
Waifu
I am
tier
so
is best
glad.
tier.
I am so glad I have not invested my money in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Agreed.
The only time I've invested money in Yu-Gi-Oh is to build a 6 samurai deck that's really cheap. Literally costed me $20-some. I built it for fun, and I don't play it in tournaments with it, so I don't really care. And that's just the kind of guy I am, though. Me and Joel, we collect all kinds of random cards
You
just to play
play
random card
right?
games.
Yeah.
And that's just how we are. I'm glad I have it. I don't care. I don't regret that I have it. But I'm glad that I'm not regretful right now that I spent $5,000 on a good deck, because I wouldn't be able to play it in top 16 anyway if I was playing in YCS. So dumb. So dumb.
Guys, so I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh crap. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah, we're done with Yu-Gi-Oh. Move on. Chat, move on.
Move on with your lives.
The hosts have spoken. I don't care anymore. I'm done. You know what? I'm done with the show. I'm done.
We're tired. We're tired. What are we gonna do,
I
Tom?
don't care anymore.
Have a great time.
Bye.
Look at that wiener he was sitting on. Like, did you guys see that? Like, it's massive. Oh, he's back.
I got nothing else to do for 10 more minutes, so we're just gonna
Slowly put on the glasses.
It's a weird episode today. I'm sorry, guys. Joel being sick.
Saw him leaving. Coming back again.
Joel's got diarrhea or something. I don't know.
No, I am Joel. I don't have diarrhea. I can say. I don't have diarrhea.
Oh yeah, sorry, you are Joel.
I am Joel. How could you forget?
Leon Lone Wolf, no, you cannot take my job. Anyways. I don't know. I feel like if you have to change rules and do stuff like this, no one's gonna want to play your game anymore, dude.
Right.
It sucks too because you know people, Yu-Gi-Oh players are. I feel like they know that they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna be mad for a while, but they're still gonna play.
They're still gonna play.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
Go
Joel,
for
if
another
Joel
4
falls
hours.
asleep while the stream's going on, you guys are gonna see our pictures for the next 4 hours.
Let me tell you something. Cards in Hand only runs for an hour, so after that hour is up, I'll talk about whatever I want to. I will talk about how I clipped my toenails for 2 hours last night because I couldn't.
No,
get my
you talked
toenail
about
off.
that the day before that. You can't do that now.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. How about how you
Right.
clean your underwear?
I put it in the wash. Like, with detergent and fabric softener.
Or we could just ask each other a bunch of pretty important questions.
Yeah, I mean,
You never saw me take first step. No, because I never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't remember. I've only played in a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, but they were local. They weren't like official Konami tournaments.
I've never the closest thing I've ever had to playing in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. It was Adon, Kazana, and Pakla. We all went to like some Sneak Creek or something like that, right, or whatever. And I went there, and like I don't even remember. Like I think I pulled pretty well, and then like I won that mat, like the CP mat. And everybody's hanging it, like this guy doesn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I know. Yeah,
Did you-
that was the closest thing.
First, the local tournament I played in, I had my 6 Sam deck, and it was like a janky version of it. And I got really lucky against this guy. He got so pissed.
The salt. Was he salty?
That's like when I first started seeing how douchey Yu-Gi-Oh players were. This guy was so mad. He wanted to steal my stuff. Like, oh my god.
He's mad.
Actually, Legion Games, or when it was Misty Mountain at the time, and they have it up at Legion too. There's a big sign with all their shop rules on them.
Yeah.
And one of them is don't leave your stuff or the store owner will take it
Yeah.
and put it behind the counter until you come pick it up.
Yeah.
And it's like, just to kind of, teach you a lesson,
Yeah.
And because one time I heard there was a time where some Yu-Gi-Oh players stole a bunch of cards from a little kid, and the mom tried to sue them, and they were like, no, we have the rules up there on a big sign, don't leave your stuff unattended, because there are people who will steal. And we don't control the decision. We don't, like, we...
ESRB online interactions are not rated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's like...
But I mean, that makes sense. You're liable for your stuff, like, don't leave it out.
Right, yeah, the store owner is not going to watch it when he's hosting
But then
it
again, like,
at a time.
then you shouldn't be buying cards for a card game where there are scumbags that will take your cards. Like,
Right. A lot of them being Yu-Gi-Oh players, sadly.
yeah.
You know.
You see, that's what level up games. I can leave my stuff out anywhere. Because if someone walks around with like 3 Milky Home Finder, I think I'm gonna know who took my stuff.
Right. Or like I'm always like, oh Henry, can you watch my stuff? Or hey Shy, can you watch my stuff when I leave?
Yeah,
Because
like,
I know
wait.
they're sitting there playing a match, So
Yeah.
it's like,
Whatever.
or hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Can you watch my stuff? Or we're gonna go get some food. Can you watch my stuff so I don't have to bring it all?
Yeah, like you when I like not even certain, it doesn't even cross your mind that someone's gonna go take your stuff.
Right. Like I know. Oh, well, like me and my brother used to do that when we played Pokemon. He used to be like, "Do you want to watch all our stuff while I go to McDonald's real quick? Well, what do you want? It's like whatever,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the lesson learned tonight.
Yeah. In conclusion, don't play that game. I think I'm done. I'm done screaming. I have to work in the morning. I'm done yelling. I'm really glad that you came on, Chris. Seriously, because
No problem.
I don't want to keep skipping shows when one of us gets sick. Last week I had to use the bathroom like 5 times. Like it's bad. I didn't want, but I wasn't trying to quit the show. Like I think it's good to keep up appearances. I'm really glad Chris came on. So thank you, bro. Of the week also. But you'll be on Clock to Drop. We'll be on Clock to Drop.
Yep, we'll be there.
Let's remember to touch back on that Neo Showdown, though, that Team League. Stat is just a whole nother monster that I can.
Stat
yell
does
at.
not need a hug because he has me.
Oh yeah, I'll see you tonight. I'll be going over there in a little bit to have some spooning time.
Oh,
Wow,
spooning.
watch the Notebook.
You changed that. I thought we were doing something else.
Just watch The Notebook.
I thought we were gonna, utilize this, but whatever. It's fine too.
Okay, actually, I have to give my bro of the week to one more person. To Evil Yard Gnome, because every time Joel posts the YouTube clip of the show on Facebook, he's always like, "Man, I never get bro of the week."
Man. Man.
I'll give my bro of the week to that guy because I know he's watching every time it's uploaded on YouTube. He watches it, and he watches it every week. And he watches it because he digs us and he digs the show. But I know there's like a very, very underlying factor that he's waiting for one of us to be like,
Now he's gonna quit. Now he's gonna
Ryan.
quit. He's retired from Cards in Hand. He's no longer. He's recording this
Every
right now,
week.
actually, just so he can hear this over and over again. It's his
Yeah.
ringtone.
Every week, he's waiting for it, and I just gotta get. He won one of the paintings, and I haven't given those out yet. I'm still waiting on people to private message me their addresses, and I actually live by Ryan, so I'm just gonna go give him his. But I'm still waiting for the PMs on your addresses.
That's because
so I
you're a
can mail
sissy.
those.
Okay? That's
You know
because
what,
you chose the wiener.
Yeah, you chose the winner.
You didn't give your friend a baked pretzel for your poop.
Oh my god. So yeah. So here's in conclusion.
Don't play
Don't
video.
trust white people. So here's what's coming up on Cards in Hand, guys. Let me tell you. I want to tell you this. Chris, if you haven't watched last week's episode of Clock to Draw, is the new co-host of Clock to Draw. He is on there with me and Joel. Joel and I. Grammar, I don't care. On Clock to Draw every week now. He is the new host on Clock to Draw. And this, on Sunday when we talk about it,
Big announcement on Sunday.
Be talking about a Neo Showdown. So, check that out on Cards in Hand. Twitch.tv/Cards in Hand MN when we air at 11 p.m. Orange Shot!
Orange Shot! Yeah, how strong is that Orange Shot?
It's pretty
Why
strong.
don't you just show us instead, okay?
Chris, don't move from where you are. Sit right there. Sit right. Don't move at all. So, Clock to Draw. Oh, it's John.
Big pause. That's it.
Twitch.tv/Cards in Hand MN. Go hit that up, okay? And then chill with us on Sunday night at 11 p.m. when Clock to Draw airs with Joel and I and Chris. And the Neo, we'll be talking about the Neo Showdown and how Weiss Schwarz tournament should be, in our opinions. I think we're all pretty on a general consensus there. Anyways, stay tuned for that for you Weiss Schwarz players. On YouTube.com/CardsInHandMN, we will be uploading every episode that we air. And then Facebook.com/CardsInHandMN, cinnamon. Go give that page a like, man. Because that's when you'll see all the YouTube when YouTube's posted. And then, go to youtube.com/CardsInHandMN and, hit the subscribe button. Every time you sub, you'll know what it is. And we will soon be having YouTube exclusive content on Cards in Hand. YouTube exclusive. Very soon. And another new show coming very, very soon as well here. So please, you guys, I want some guerrilla tactics from all the viewers. Let me go to our Facebook really quick because I just gotta tell you guys this because I don't even know if some of you guys who like the page and sub to the page on YouTube even know. There are 136 people. That's a lot. For how long we've been airing, I feel like that's a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've never done this before. I don't know. But that's 136 people who could be subbing to the YouTube right now. So go do that. when Joel uploads this and posts it on the Facebook, share it, give it a share, give a shout out, let us know what's good. And yeah, and then watch us on Clock to Draw at 11 p.m. this Sunday. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Chris, again for taking Joel's spot this week since he has diarrhea. And
He's not feeling
awesome.
good, yeah.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, you guys.
Sorry to that found him bad pretzel. Now look what he's done.
Who are you talking to?
What? Sorry, what? Did you say something?
Damn it.
Do you even climax? No.
Friends don't let friends play buddy fight. You're right, Ryan.